What's up guys, it's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel once again, and today we're having a first look at the recently released Matte Styling Balm from Morris Motley. So I don't know about y'all, but for me at least, when this was like in production and coming out, I was a little bit confused like what it was exactly compared to, you know, the regular treatment styling balm and TSB2 and yada yada. Because their website is a little bit like ambiguous and it's very like kind of artsy looking whatever, so there wasn't a whole lot of like direct info about this, and it did mention like it says, you know, this is not just a reformulated TSB, it's something else, but as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong, I don't know, but I think that this basically is a reformulated treatment styling balm. From the way that it's described, it sounds to me like they basically, you know, kind of looked at all their iterations of TSB from over the years and kind of dialed into the best parts of whatever and came up with the matte styling balm, which I would imagine is like the hit puberty just then. Yeah, so it sounds like maybe this is, you know, basically like the epitome of TSB. Like this is the final form. But anyway, and so during this process of them creating this, so now there's the normal matte styling balm, which is the one that I bought. They also have like an extra strong version that's supposed to have even more hold. And when they put this out, they did this like complete rebrand, repackaging of all their products. So they all come in these like special formulations boxes now. Yeah, but so today we're talking about the matte styling balm. And so I wanted to do this first impression style because, you know, I've used TSB, I've used TSB2, I've used Chrome. So I'm very familiar with their previous iterations and different versions and things. So I just thought we'd crack straight into this one without making you guys wait any longer. So as you can see, my hair already has product in it. This is like 2-day-old hair right now. So I'm gonna go wash my hair, blow dry it, and then we'll come back, move the camera in a bit closer, and crack into this bitch and try it out. Okay, so we're back with freshly cleaned and blow-dried hair, and I'm now realizing that I meant to talk about, you know, the normal stuff first, like packaging and pricing and ingredients and all of that. So before we actually get into the first impressions demo, let's talk about all that stuff. So as far as the packaging, these all come now in these matte black boxes with these kind of shiny black bits of lettering on there and other stuff printed like on the bottom of the box. You got the ingredients and all that. Now, as I mentioned, I got the normal version of the matte styling balm. There is also a strong or extra strong one. So on the back of this normal one, it says category hairstyling, product properties, matte finish, moisture absorbing, naturally derived botanical extractions, composition and usage, rich creme formula, non-greasy, warm between fingers, run through hair, 24-hour hold. And then it also does say Australian made, certified vegan and cruelty free. So getting inside the box, if I can, okay, there we go. So it's got like a sleeve. Okay, so inside, all right, so we've got on the lid now, it says MM, handmade in our Melbourne, how do we say it properly? Melbourne laboratory, and it just says matte styling balm, and then it is just this, it says Morris Motley matte styling balm on the underside. It does say 100 grams, 3.52 ounces, made in Australia, but the rest of it is just plain, and it is heavy black glass, and the lid, I think, is metal. So they've definitely taken their packaging into a more kind of premium space. You know, their original TSB came in that like white plastic jar with the black plastic lid, and it still looked very nice and everything, but now everything's all this like heavy glass metal. And as far as the pricing on this, that did go a little more into the premium universe as well. So just for perspective, original TSB, I believe, was always 50 Australian dollars, which came to about $35 US, and they do typically do free shipping from Morris Motley's website. Now, the new stuff, the matte styling balm here, is 45 US dollars. I forget what that is in Australian dollars. But yeah, so essentially we've gone up $10, and it is still the same size and everything. So now, for everybody's favorite category, death scent. It does kind of fuck me up a little. As you would expect, it is the kind of... Jesus, so much puberty happening to me in this video. What is happening? Anyway, so it is the kind of classic signature Morris Motley scent, that very kind of sweet lemongrassy. The first time I smelled it, I thought it smelled like Bazooka bubblegum, but I mean, it's sweet lemongrass. I don't know. However, this one I feel like is definitely not scented as strongly as the others. So it is still there, but it's not like punching you in the face with fragrance. It's quite light, and you can smell a little bit of the, you know, kind of like the natural scent of the clays and whatever else is in there. Now, quickly through the ingredients, this is still water-based, although this one, so the first ingredient is Santalum spicatum wood water. I don't know what that is. Is that sandalwood water? Whatever, it's water-based, followed then by bentonite clay. Now this is interesting, jojoba seed wax. I don't think I've ever seen that before. You know, you frequently see jojoba oil in various iterations throughout products, but I don't think I've ever seen jojoba seed wax. Neat. And then we have our best friend, kaolin clay in there as well. Some compounds that I'm not even going to try reading, but we also have olive fruit oil, PEG 40 hydrogenated castor oil, hydrogenated olive oil. We've got some silica in there, so that will be a little bit kind of plumping, the volumizing to the hair. Fragrance, and then lemon peel oil, lime peel oil. Yeah, so a fair amount of stuff that we're used to seeing. Now that I've almost put a nose print into it, let's actually move the camera in closer, dig into this bitch, and get underway with the demo and first impressions. All right, so here we are. We're ready to finally dig in and get started here. So yeah, let's just get right to it. Ooh, yeah, that is a smooth bitch. All right, so straight away, as far as the scoop is concerned, it is very smooth and creamy and easy to scoop out. This reminds me more of the texture of TSB2 as opposed to original TSB, which I feel like is a little thicker and a little stickier feeling. So I'm gonna go into the fingertips here instead of the palms, because it's how the professionals roll. Ooh, so now that I'm doing this, so it is very creamy. It's very easy to break down. Not a whole lot of tack or stickiness. It feels very nice and smooth. And now that I'm breaking it down, fuck, I'm getting that Morris Motley scent in there. All right, so before it dries, let's go. Matte Styling Balm in. So, all right, it is pretty smooth to apply. There definitely is some dryness and stickiness to it, akin to original TSB. In my experience with my hair type, I thought that the application of TSB2 was considerably smoother and less, you know, sticky, tuggy, pulley than TSB1, and this one, as of right now, feels like somewhere in the middle. It's another reason why I wanted to go into the fingertips instead of into the palms, because you know, historically for me, Morris Motley products have been a little bit tuggy-pulley for my coarse, wavy hair type. And if you have the product just on your fingertips instead of all of your palms, it makes it easier to get it into the roots without getting like stuck and smushing it everywhere. So as I continue to work this in, the stickiness is dying down. It is getting a little smoother to run my fingers through here. And as far as the hold at this point, I mean, it feels very lightweight in the hair, and I guess I would say it has the makings of like a medium hold right now, which is fine for me. I am a medium man. Sounds weird. So I think I'm gonna go in with just a very tiny additional scoop here. Again, just into the fingertips. All right, so second scoop, once again, there's that stickiness, which I expected. The texture is looking pretty nice. It's not, you know, super coarse. It has, I mean, as right now, it has like a nice kind of natural looking finish. It's not super dry matte, but it's not shiny either. So I'd say we're looking right about where my typical hairstyle is at this point. Definitely the hold is feeling more, closer to a medium firm now with that additional little bit that I added. It did also add a very tiny amount of weightiness in the hair, but overall it still feels quite lightweight, which is nice. All right, so I'm gonna wash the excess off my hands and then just go about my day for a while. It is hot and humid here today, so I think this is a perfect kind of testing environment for this. I mean, it is made in Australia and it gets fucking hot down there and humid. So, in my mind, the Morris Motley stuff was always kind of designed to combat that. Yeah, so we're gonna put that to the test today and see how it holds up. So we will be back to check in a little while later, and then we'll have my final thoughts. My Jerry Springer, and now for my final thought. Anyway, back in 2 ticks. All right, so it's been about 9 hours now. As you can probably tell, my eyes are bloodshot because it's late and I'm tired and just playing a lot of The Last of Us 2. But anyway, so we're still in pretty good shape here. You can see some of my waves started to come out over here, which I don't mind that. I think it's a good look, actually. The volume is still in. It does feel now more kind of conditioned. It doesn't feel quite as dry and sticky, although there is still some stickiness back here, but I had mentioned earlier, I think I just put a little bit too much product back there. Yeah, so all in all, I'd say we're holding up pretty well. The hold still feels pretty much like a medium firm, but I'm gonna kind of test the 24-hour thing because, as I mentioned, it's late and I'm tired and I'm not finishing this video now, so I'm about to go to bed, and so we'll see how this holds up overnight. I mean, obviously sleeping on it's different than like being awake for all that time, but who the fuck is awake for 24 hours anyway? So we'll see how it is in the morning, and then we'll have our final thoughts after that. Alright, so this is after having slept on it overnight, so all things considered, it did hold up pretty well. It's still pliable, so I can basically get it back into shape. The front likes to fall down a little bit, but that's to be expected of any product after sleeping on it. All things considered, held up pretty decent. Alright, so this is now the next day. I decided to try it out again, so second impressions? And this time I pre-styled with 25 spray like I normally do, use the same amount of the Matte Styling Balm, and this time I had a much easier application. There was like no tug or pull whatsoever, so I guess, either just the different pre-styling product, or maybe I did a better job smoothing my hair today, I don't know. But I did have a lot more of an effortless application, and I think the texture and the hold is pretty much the same as it was, so yeah. Alright, so overall thoughts on the brand new Morris Motley Matte Styling Balm. It's pretty good. It's definitely, I think they definitely stepped more into the premium space as far as the packaging is concerned. I do really like the heavy glass jar and the metallic lid, although it's like shiny, so it does get kind of fingerprinty, but it's nice. The box is nice. Now, in terms of the product itself and the performance and the price tag, the product is nice. It's definitely, I enjoy the creamy scoop and the creamy breakdown, and as I mentioned, today I had basically an effortless application, zero stickiness or tug or pull. So I guess depending on your hair type and what type of pre-styler you may use, you may have some stickiness, tuggy pulley business, whatever. But all in all, it's definitely very easy to use. As far as the hold, yeah, I'm sticking with my guns. I think it's a solid medium, maybe bordering on a medium firm depending on how much product you use, so I would be curious to see how it differs from the strong version. And is it matte though? I don't know. I don't really think it's matte. I mean, to me it looks like it's definitely got like a natural shine, and as far as the texture goes, it's nice. I like it, but I think it's a little bit more of a what's the word? Like thinner, strandier texture. It's not quite as a coarse texture as, previous iterations of TSB. But, that's not a bad thing. For me personally, I will always take a natural finish over a dry matte one any day, but I do know that there are plenty of people out there who really like the more dry, super matte finishes. So if that's you, you may not like this as much. Now, price tag. So yeah, we mentioned they stepped more into the premium space here, and so they bumped up the price tag $10. So 45 US dollars for this bad boy. Is it worth that? I don't know. Like, it's a nice product, and I do quite like it. You know, I've always liked their signature scent, but, you know, is this something that I would want to spend 45 bucks on frequently? Not really, to be honest with you. And, I mean, like, here's the real tea, all right? So there are two products immediately that I've been using recently and for a while that come to mind that, in my opinion, for me and for my hair type, work in a similar fashion and produce a similar result for a much lower price tag. And I'm sure I'm gonna get some shit for this because people are twats, but whatever, I don't care. One of those is Hustle Clay from the Salon Guy. I mean, this is like 26 bucks or maybe 27, free shipping if you're in the US, and it's the same amount of product. Yeah, so the packaging isn't quite as premium, but the product itself, same creamy scoop, same creamy breakdown, effortless application, solid medium hold, wonderful fucking scent. I like the scent on this more than the Morris Motley one, to be honest with you. And the other one that I've just got in recently, but I instantly fell in love with, also review coming soon, that is the Grand Classics Texture Balm. This is another one from Australia. Now, this is not water-based, this is petro-based, so it is a little bit different. It does wash out easily. But same thing, so easy scoop, easy breakdown, effortless application, solid medium to medium firm hold, nice natural finish. So both of these have very similar, you know, ease of use, similar texture and finishes, and, you know, a much lower price tag. I said that weird. Price tag. It's like a Minnesota accent. Those are good fish tacos. But anyway, you know, that's just my 2 cents. As I mentioned, I certainly do like this, and I really do enjoy the new kind of, you know, premium packaging and whatever. I don't know that I would really want to spend 45 bucks on it. Well, I already did spend 45 bucks on it, but I don't know if I'd want to do that again. So that wraps things up for today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this and found it helpful. Please do stay tuned. Plenty more content coming your way. Lots and lots of reviews and new stuff coming up. So if you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with everything. And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching. And we'll see you at the next one.